Josh Darrow, Larry Bluestein.
Means one thing, right here.
There it is. Can you read that?
Yeah, I can read it.
It says AutoNation.
Also, before we get going, we got that
Scholar Athlete? Yeah, Scholar
Athlete.
Athlete. Month of September, Scholar Athlete. Hey, by the way, in all seriousness, this year we've doubled the pot. It's $28,000 for the year.
Wow.
So each month, $1,000 winner guaranteed in each of Dade and Broward County. So each county will be represented by $1,000 each month. And at the end of the year at the Scholar Athlete Luncheon, there will be a $5,000 winner for Dade and a $5,000 winner for Broward.
Volcamper's going to have to open up the outside portion. We're going to be taking over.
Yeah, we might have to build a brand new location just to house the Scholar Athlete Luncheon. Well, speaking of big matchups, now we start to get into district play. So we had to expand the field in this week's conversation as we look ahead to some of the big games coming up. And we'll start off in Dade County with a district matchup between Killian and Coral Reef. I know South Dade probably have something to say about this district as well, but this game could have a lot to say about how everything falls out and turns over.
Definitely, Josh. I mean, no doubt. I mean, you look at Coral Reef, this is a team that Coach Clemens has been telling us all year, watch us, don't give up on us. Went to the Nike, had the most outstanding quarterback, had the best offensive line. I mean, he says, we're trying to show everybody, what do we got to do to tell everybody? You have an outstanding defense. We have a lot of kids on offense that can play. Killian, right now, is suffering from the Jaquan Johnson letdown. I mean, this is a guy.
It's hard to take your best player off the field that plays offense and defense.
Exactly. This is a good team, though. This is a Killian team that's built on defense, but they're going to have to start getting a little bit more offensive. I think this game will be a defensive game because I think you have two very good defenses. Offensively, Killian, to win this game, is going to have to put some points on the board.
Keep up with Nico and Jake and that whole
group. It's going to be awfully tough. I think it's a good matchup, but everybody knows what's at stake. Loser's going to have to hope and pray. You don't want to do that. Winner can control a little bit of destiny.
All right, we had a new district rivalry, I guess, here, also in the South, also in Dade County. Berlin Jesuit gets bumped out of the Big 6A district with Carroll City and Central and Northwestern, Homestead in that group. And now they find themselves playing a team, as we've talked about, that is maybe a little bit of a sleeper, doesn't have quite the same notoriety, but certainly has the players. So they're going to square off next week. Could be for the district title, Berlin and Southwest.
No doubt. This is not, at the beginning of the year, this was a slam dunker. This is, all right, well, we got Berlin. They're in the championship. They won the district. They'll get ready to play the second place team from the next district. As our guy Lee Corson would say, not so fast, my friend. Because you got a team in Southwest that has flexed a little muscle. I've seen Berlin play now twice. I watched them against Cardinal Gibbons in the Kickoff Classic, and then I had a chance to watch whatever they were doing against Columbus.
What were they doing?
Not getting past midfield very much, and I'll tell you what, you got to understand, and I'm sure that Rich Stewart knows that maybe 4 weeks ago he felt a whole lot better about this game than he does coming into it, and reasonably so, because if Southwest hadn't played Hialeah, and we're using Hialeah as a standard because look what they have on offense, look at the line, they have one of the best offensive lines, a quarterback that had prior committed to Miami, a running back like Bussey, great receivers, defense that's all over the place, and they beat him, and beat him pretty good.
Yeah, beat him by double digits.
That's going to get your attention. Berlin's got to get that ball in the air. I know the running is nice, but right now they have Neptune and they have Brandon Silvestri, who both are pretty good backs.
But big 6'5". They get that
battle
weapon
also
on the outside.
Exactly. You have the weapons. You have Pola, who throws the ball very well. And their defense is tenacious. They cannot let a kid like Sasha Kelsey get behind them like that, and that's what happened. They kept getting behind them, and against Southwest is going to try the same thing. They can put Sands out there. They can put a bunch of guys that can make plays. So going to be an interesting game. Not the slam dunk we thought about 4 months ago, but I think this is going to be one of the better ones. And again, see above. Loser of this game's got to hope and pray that you got to beat. I mean, I know that the daunting task of beating Ferguson and those schools maybe not as an uphill climb, but it's still an uphill climb. You could lose on any night, and you'd like to win this game.
All right, now St. Thomas, fresh off their game with John Curtis. Miramar coming off a game against Plantation.
Yeah, this has got to be a tough game as on St. Thomas's schedule. I mean, if you lost to a team 2 years in a row, then obviously, and especially in St. Thomas's history of not really losing in Broward County at all, but when you lose to a team 2 years in a row, and this team is as strong as Miramar is, there's reason to worry. I think that St. Thomas understands that probably man for man they may have better talent, but you can't take away the fact that this is a great defense. They hit you from every angle. Our good friend Ryan Samuels having a massive first 2 games, had 2 touchdowns already. He's never scored a touchdown. He scored 1 in each game, fumble recovered. This kid's a big-time player. And you got Tyrek Cole and everybody else at the dark side defense. Plus, you have Travis Johnson, who comes over from Boyd Anderson to run the offense. And Travis is an offensive-oriented guy who just thinks of great things to get Gernald Hawkins and Nick Jenny involved in the action. So, a 2-headed quarterback, a lot of firepower. We know St. Thomas is a great football team, but the St. Thomas has got this demon right here that they haven't been able to hurdle in 2 years. So, I think it's a great game.
Well, there's plenty of other great games, too. You got Jackson and Booker T, Carroll City and Northwestern. Homestead in Norland.
Jackson has circled this game. Any game they've circled, this is the one game.
They better circle Heritage and Gibbons because that's the one
they
that
circled this
more.
game.
Okay, they circled this game. So we've got a ton of great games next week. Those are just 3 of the best. Killian and Coral Reef, Miramar and St. Thomas, and Belen and Southwest. We'll probably be at those 3 and all the others you mentioned too, I would imagine. For Larry Bluestein, I'm Josh Darrow. Show 'em.
Right here.
AutoNation Gridiron Report on SouthFloridaHighSchoolSports.com.